what exactly is the great lock-in. I don't want to just get on the bandwagon to get on there, and I don't want to fall off immediately after I start. I don't know where to start, how to start. If you are someone who was like, okay, I do want to lock in, fear not, my sister, my brother, whomever, this is the video for you. So what I plan to do is give you 3 action items that are going to help you to begin your great lock-in. When they say she
Niggas want me to get ratchet. Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on, all they calling me Cassius. Aren't you like Bob Saget? Greedy, I can't pass it. Eating everything, nigga, no fasting. I don't care how much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't no Julia Styles, this ain't no last dance. We pass it. Wait. Fucking on my ex cause he validate me. Fucking up a check, I don't want no receipt. Mind get possessed, let my spirit speak freely. Hey, my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. Why my all the time change? I'm still playing the victim and you still playing the pick me. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can't see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can't see. I'm blind. You ain't getting your bitch back. Calm down, shit could be worse, never say that. I don't want pipe down, rather get paid back. Mama told me never shit where you lay at. I don't want righteousness, I hurt too much, I lost too much, I lost too much. I hit my clutch and boom, third day pop out the tomb.
Hey guys, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you are new here, my name is Bree. I am your Gen Z Eagle bestie, your virtual sis, working to successfully navigate her 20s in an attempt to thrive in her 30s. What that looks like for me is a bunch of self-improvement, self-development, health and wellness, fitness, lifestyle vibes. So if any of that applies to you or aligns with what you want for yourself, do yourself a favor and hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. I promise you're gonna love it here. Everything about this channel and this journey is both relatable and it's real, and I want to be on the journey with you, so I hope you stick around. And for those who are reoccurring, you already know the vibes. So you guys already saw me start off my Saturday morning. Yes, today is Saturday, September 6th, and you guys saw me have a nice, productive morning. I went to the gym. I made myself a healthy breakfast. I woke up at a decent hour. I made myself look presentable. I'm talking to y'all, and I'm about to go get some work done at a coffee shop. And if you are reoccurring to this channel, you know that this is kind of something that I do periodically, even on the weekends, but especially when I'm trying to get back on my Zoom, when I'm trying to be productive, and when I'm trying to bounce back. And that is the basis of this video. My goal in this weekend was to not only bounce back from the crazy last 2 weeks that I've had between my birthday and Labor Day weekend.
Hey, mama. Y'all don't pregame like us. Y'all don't pregame like us.
It's gone, but like, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I was outside. I was outside real bad. So now I'm not only trying to bounce back and reset my life, but it's also September. It's early September. And I'm sure if you've been on the internet, you have seen all of the talk that is the great lock-in. And in this video, I hope to not only motivate you and encourage you to reset for the fall, bounce back, get on your Zoom, and to engage in this great lock-in, if you will, but I'm also hoping that I can give you 3 practical and realistic tips so that you can reset, bounce back, and do what needs to be done for your great lock-in. I feel like a lot of the times when these things come around, I think it's so wonderful, especially for those who follow people and are subscribed to people where they're going to see these kinds of things happen, like these winter arcs, these different trends where we're locking in for X amount of time, and the 75 hard girlies and 5 a.m. morning routine girlies, y'all know that's my jam. So to see these things trending always does it for me. However, I know because it is a trend, sometimes it can be misconstrued. And if you are someone who was like, okay, I do want to lock in, I do think that the fall is a good time to try to get on that bandwagon. However, I don't want to just get on the bandwagon to get on there, and I don't want to fall off immediately after I start. I don't know where to start, how to start, what exactly is the great lock-in. Fear not, my sister, my brother, whomever. This is the video for you. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into it. So what I plan to do is give you 3 action items that are going to help you to begin your great lock-in. No matter when you see this, no matter the time of day, the time of week, the time of month, you can engage in a great lock-in. You don't have to have it be the beginning of the month or Monday. You can literally start now. But I think that these 3 action items are going to help to jumpstart your great lock-in. So do me a favor, grab a piece of paper, grab your phone and put it on D&D, head to the notes app and get yourself a pen, whatever it is that's going to help you to unpack these things. We've got things to unpack. This is not something you just decide to do and you just wake up and you just make decisions. Like, no, we actually need to unpack some things and get into it. 3 action items that are going to make your great lock-in smooth and seamless. But number 1, before we get into that, what is it? I don't think that anyone really gave it like a specific definition, but from what I saw, it's this period from September to December, maybe even like your pre-New Year lock-in, which, you know, I'm totally here for. However, this is nothing new. Okay, this is not anything new. If you have been a follower of me, even on my old channel, my previous channel, I got into all of this, and I probably am going to get into it again because these types of things tend to reoccur. But the way that I would define it is basically an early winter arc. Okay, we are not in the wintertime yet. It is September. The fall is approaching, but if you live in a place like me, I live in Atlanta, it's still hot outside, it's 80 degrees, okay? I still can wear sandals, but it is the great lock-in for me because I am trying to build up my stamina for the lock-in that is my winter arc. So I would describe this as an early winter arc. Yes, I want you to work on trying to build up the momentum and the stamina so that you can not just start your goals for 2026, but that you can already be moving and carrying yourself as the type of person who achieves those kinds of goals by the time 2026 comes around. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helped put things into perspective. I don't want you to think that this is a 75 hard of any sort. 75 hards exist. 75 soft exist. This is not that. If you want to do that, more power to you. But I don't want you to think that this is that because I'm going to be making sure that I'm taking care of myself amidst this great lock-in. It's going to be practical. It's going to be realistic. It's going to be achievable. So yeah, I don't want people coming at me in the comments or watching this video and being like, this isn't strict enough. This isn't disciplined enough. Honey, trust me, discipline is my middle name, but I know when to get into it and when to be graceful with myself. And I want to make sure that y'all are doing the same thing for you and your goals, because September to December is a long time. Like, we're not even really are we in Q4? No, we're not even in Q4 yet. Q4 starts next month. We're not even in Q4 yet. So to be thoroughly locked in, like laser focused, all gas, no brakes for 4 months, you're going to lose your marbles. I want us to be practical, realistic, and I want us to actually get things done and achieve things. So with that, make sure you're being mindful of the goals that you set. And we're going to get into everything that is needed with the 3 action items, your to-do list, if you will, in order to have a practical, realistic, and achievable, and a successful great lock-in. But just know that it's not a 75 hard. It is, in fact, grooming you, building up that stamina. It's like the gym. Yeah. It's like building up that stamina and the momentum that you need in order to have that winter arc that's all gas, no brakes, or maybe even to just gradually get to where you want to be. So by the time the new year come around, you don't have all of these outlandish goals that you're trying to meet that you're nowhere near. Like you've been working steadily toward them over the last 4 months. So you're going to be that girl. You're going to be that person that achieves those kinds of things by the time 2026 comes around. So yeah, hopefully that helps define what the Great Lock-In is. Now, how do we go about it? Where do we start? Okay, so remember I told you to grab that pen and paper? Now is the time. Now is the time. And I'm actually going to be doing this with you guys, not while I'm talking, because writing and talking at the same time is a skill I do not have. But I am going to a coffee shop, as I mentioned, after this. It's a part of my reset lock-in routine that I do to bounce back and get me back on my Zoom. And one of the things I'm going to do is have a pen and paper in my journal and be doing these things with you guys as I'm listening to myself. Yeah. Editing this video in real time, I'm going to be doing it with you. So if I give you a few brief examples of my answers for these things, it's because I haven't fleshed them all the way out yet, but I know that this is what you guys need in order to have a great lock-in of your own, because I've done this 10 times over. Like I said, this is not a new thing. It's just a new name. But without further ado, number one, the first action item that you are going to need to do in order to have a successful great lock-in is to identify the areas of your life that you want to improve and by when. Essentially, these are your goals, but in a more general sense. So maybe you want to improve your fitness, or maybe you want to improve your health, or maybe you want to improve your body, your looks, whatever the case. When do you want to do that by? Overall, I want to lose the fupa. That's like the big overall thing. I would love to lose it by 2026. That's practical. That's realistic. That's 4 months from now. Later on, you'll have the ability to break down what it's going to take for you to get to that long-term goal, dividing that by how many months you have until that due date. But it's important for you to now set your intentions as to what those goals are and when you want to achieve them by. I can't stress this enough that this is not the time to be delusional. I love a good Delulu moment. I absolutely do. But this is not the time for that. Okay? You need to be practical and realistic with yourself. Do not have a goal to lose 100 pounds in 2 months, or to like, I want us to lean into the fact that this great lock-in is supposed to be September to December. You know, like it's a good chunk of time. You can get a lot of things done in that amount of time, but we want to keep it cute. And we want to keep it brief and be intentional. I don't want you guys doing things at random. Does that make sense? Making your goals, like intentionally setting goals, and what areas of your life do you want to see improvement by in 2026? That'll help you to be able to break things down and create a practical plan, which is going to be the next step. But stay with me real quick. For me, I already know the finances. We got to see improvement. That is a portion of my life that I want to see improvement by the new year. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-toodalutely. My channel, okay? Like my side hustles. I want to be able to get something stirring for you guys that isn't just YouTube content, but maybe a business of my own, or essentially, yeah, getting monetized on here is a huge goal for me. And that has been, when I've like I said, I've done this before. When I did this, I was already saying I wanted to get monetized by the new year. And because I did the things that I'm about to tell you guys, I'm already halfway toward that. I'm actually more than halfway toward that goal. I'm like 3/4 of the way toward that goal. So I'm actually beating my own timeline. But that was because I set realistic due dates for myself. I started the channel in February. Did I anticipate to be monetized by like March? No, I knew it was going to take time. It was going to take grit. So I gave myself a year, and you guys got me to 1,000 subscribers. Get money, get money, get money, get money, get money. Yeah, like we're at 1K, bro. We are at 1K. I could not be more grateful and thankful. And I just briefly, we're doing a quick detour. I just want to briefly thank every single person who has been locked in with me since day one. And I just want to thank the people that might just be finding this video right now. Like, it's a big deal to me, but I'm using that goal achievement as an example of how these things that I'm telling you work. Like, I promise you, I set a practical goal and I worked my behind off, and I created a realistic plan of how I was going to get there, and I stuck to it. Ever since February, I have been posting once a week. on the money, okay? And then to shorts on top of that, bow, 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 bow. I'm busting these joints out. I'm being more consistent than I have ever been. And it's because I set a practical and intentional goal, and then I made a plan and I stuck to it. We're going to talk about the plan in step number 2, but more than anything, before you move off of this step, as I said, identifying the areas of your life that you want to improve and when you want to see that improvement by. Before you move on, I need you to make sure you submit those goals to God, okay? Because that is another large portion of that would not be here if it weren't for God. Obviously, none of us would. So, because you can only get but so far on your own, obviously, and that is a slippery slope. You can only get but so far on your own. When you make those goals clear to God and you identify the things that you know that you feel convicted to do, the things that you believe truthfully, you can do all things through Christ. You absolutely can, but you can do them through Christ. So just keep that verse at the top of your head, because as much of the things you might put on your 75 hard, it's going to be hard. Okay? And as you get closer to the achievement of those goals, the devil going to come knocking and trying to ruin the things that you got going for yourself. Trust me, I have been there, done that. You cannot do it on your own. So identify those things for you, write them down on a piece of paper, say a prayer, submit it to God. Move on to step number 2. Okay, so number 2, I kind of touched on this a whole bunch briefly, but essentially you are going to develop a practical plan. Here's the difference. Not just a plan as to how to achieve your goals. Like, okay, I'm going to read 5 times a day and I'm going to take 10K steps a day and I'm going to go on a walk and I'm going to drink a gallon of water a day and da 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 da. Brace yourself, okay? In step number 1, I had you identify all of the areas of your life that you wanted to see improvement in by when. Finances, by 2026. Finances, improvement by 2026. Fitness, I want to lose the fupa by 2026. Bet. Monetization, content by 2026. Bet. Now, you identify the different areas and the due date for those areas. For me, it's more practical and it's more achievable if I set the due date to be 2026. You want to know why? Because in step number 2, the practical plan that you put in motion, I want for you to apply priority to those different things at different times. Stay with me. If I already know, for me personally, September is my finance lock-in month. And I'm no finance guru, but if anybody else is struggling in that department, I would recommend this to be the time to lock in where your finances are concerned, because the holidays, it only gets worse. Like, I'm paying for flights, I'm paying for gifts, I'm paying for things. It just gets crazy for me. I'm already knowing how it go. Not to mention my man's anniversary, my man's birthday, Christmas, Valentine's Day. Like, it just gets real overwhelming around November, December, January. So I know that for myself. So September is going to be the time where I lock the F in. Like, I'm eating in, I'm being stingy with myself. I am dumping bread onto my credit cards, because I know once that money gets funny, like, I'm not going to be like, I don't want it to be a matter of saving versus credit card debt. Like, I'm trying to make sure that I balance those things. And it is possible to work on several different avenues of your life at the same time, but I don't want you to overwhelm yourself. And the difference between just like a 75 hard and this great lock-in is that you have 4 months. I don't know how many months 75 days is, but I'm assuming it's like 2 and some change. I don't know. Math. But you have 4 months. So you can get a lot done. And I promise you, coming from experience, splitting up your priority for the things that you do want to achieve is going to help you to get more done than if you try to focus on 10 different things at once. Something is likely to crumble. But if you're like, okay, I have 4 to 5 areas of my life that I know I want to see improvement by 2026. I have 4 months. 1 month can be my finance month. 1 month can be my content month. 1 month can be that fitness month. Now, question, does that mean that during my finance month, I eat Big Bags and I disregard the fitness? No. Does that mean during my content month that I start spending a bunch of money so I can go out and get the content that I want, and I go out and buy a $700 camera and I do all the highlight reels and I do the... No, we're not forgetting about one goal because we are pursuing another. The goal here is to prioritize, have one like theme, if you will, have a priority, a focus for these different durations of times. And it doesn't have to be a whole month even. I'm just using that because that's what works for me. Like, okay, I'm going to lock in on my finances this month, but going to the gym is something that's been ingratiated into my routine. That's really never going to like fumble, but am I going to be spending a bunch of money so that I have this very specific like meal prep in mind? Am I investing in all of these different supplements during this time to be aligned with my fitness goals? Like, am I trying a whole bunch of new things? Am I going to go and get a Pilates subscription? Am I going to get a subscription at Solid Core during my September finance month? No. I could work out for free. Or I could go to like a $20 class, Pilates class, like a single class, as opposed to getting a subscription. This is not the time for me to be spending a whole bunch of money or to be negating from my priority right now, which is my finances. Still going to be editing my content, still going to be getting fit and remaining relatively healthy, but I'm not going to like crucify myself if I eat a cookie during September, okay? Because honestly, I'm going to be eating whatever I got in this house. I'm trying to keep it cute this month. I'm dead serious. I'm so serious, it's not even funny, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. Create a practical plan that allows you to prioritize 1, maybe 2 max of your goals at one duration of time. So September is going to be my finance month. October is probably going to be my, I don't know. Y'all in my business. I don't know. Okay, it's probably going to be my content month, and then, I don't know, so on and so forth. Y'all get the gist. Make sure you take the time to do that, and when you create this plan, be specific about it. If once you dictate which times is going to be dedicated to which goals, break it down. How are you going to work on your finances in the month of September? How are you going to work on your content and add that to your plans in the month of October? And on top of all of this, I want to stress the fact that the goal, like I said, isn't to negate from one thing while you focus on another, but rather to get so comfortable after locking in on one goal that it becomes ingratiated into your routine, so that when your focus is fitness, or when your focus is your diet, health and wellness, or whatever the case is, your finances don't fall on the back burner. It's now a part of your routine to make sure you budget in this certain kind of way, because you've gotten into the habit of it from being strict about it for the whole previous month. So you want to make sure you're carrying these locked in habits that you have developed after focusing on these different goals. You're carrying them with you throughout the rest of the months. Make sure that is ingratiated into the plan that you develop, and be specific as possible. And last but not least, the third thing you are going to do in order to have a successful, great lock-in is to plan your rewards, your cheat days, and your rest times. Plan these things in advance. And this is something I probably did not do as frequently as I would have liked to in my previous winter arcs and locked in eras. I don't think I gave myself enough time to truthfully dedicate it to both my rewards, my rest, and my cheat days. Sometimes when I'm laser focused on something, I'm tunnel vision, and I could be all gas, no brakes, but I learned very quickly, not only is that the recipe for burnout, is also the recipe to relapse, okay? PSA, we are not talking about drugs right now. What we're talking about is when you cut chocolate cold turkey, you cut French fries cold turkey, you cut carbs. Oh my gosh, my birthday weekend, I forgot what bread tastes like, bro. I know I dragged it. And that's why bouncing back has been so difficult for me, to the point where I needed to flesh this out and be like, okay, I'm not just going to bounce back. I'm going to enter a great lock-in, and I'm going to first give myself that time to recuperate, which I did. I'm so grateful that I did that. But yeah, and then I needed to actually flesh out a great lock-in for myself, and that's what inspired this video. But I learned that lesson the hard way. Not having cheat days and rest days in plan allows for them to sneak up on you, and for you to draw, for you to go the complete opposite direction when they do approach you, because you burn out quicker. So this is going to help you with sustainability, essentially. The rewards, those keep you excited. Those keep you excited. And it doesn't have to be anything grand or crazy, oh, I'm going to go to Tulum once I hit 1K. Relax. It can be, I'm going to take myself to my favorite restaurant. It can be something cute. I know for certain I'm going to add Stanley Cups, getting my new Stanley Cup because I lost my old one. I'm going to add purchasing myself my new Stanley Cup to my rewards list, in addition to a new gym bag, because my gym bag is just old, and I want a new and cute gym bag. I want a new Stanley Cup. Like, those aren't like expensive and crazy drawn out rewards, but I want to make sure that I'm setting those things so I have something to look forward to. It might be some bundles. It might be a lip gloss that you wanted that you know you don't really need to spend the money for, but like you want it, or who knows, taking yourself to your favorite restaurant, going out to eat, getting a drink, all of that. Make sure you incorporate it so you keep the excitement there. And like I said, this great lock-in is not a 75 hard, honey. This is for 4 months. So I want to make sure that you're being kind to yourself and you are pre-planning the grace that you should have for yourself. This is something I struggle with. And as a productive princess, as a get to it, as a little Miss Make It Shake, sometimes when I got my eye on the prize, I could be so strict with myself, but I learned that is just not sustainable. So I am going to make sure that during this great lock-in, I have dedicated days and times when I can eat me some French fries and the world's not going to end, or I can have chocolate, a cookie, a cocktail. Like, if I want to do these things and I know those things are going to come around, I might as well plan for it so that I can do it in moderation, as opposed to cracking at the very last minute under pressure and then doing the absolute most. Another thing that I want you to do in this step is to allocate for a time that I'm going to call your DDTs. And DDT stands for discipline deviant, or the times where you're essentially deviating from your discipline times. Discipline deviant times. Your discipline deviant times. I don't know. It sounded really cute when I wrote it down, but it's fine. Essentially, the times that you know you're going to deviate from your discipline. And these things might come up differently. Who knows? Maybe you're a Scorpio. Maybe your birthday, October, November. Don't expect to have the same amount of strict discipline for yourself, or when you know your birthday's coming up. Like, be so for real. Or maybe you have a friend coming in town and you don't want to be, little Miss Party Pooper when you got a friend coming in town and this trip been planned for months. Or maybe you have a vacation coming up. Whatever the case is, the holidays is a big one for everyone, obviously. I do want us to get to a point where we can practice some remnant of discipline during those times, but it's also a time to celebrate. It's a time to embrace your family and to spread love, to give. I'm not going to be strict with my coin around Christmas. I'm going to give back. Well, you know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you're allocating for those times in advance so you do not beat yourself up when they come, because I have a tendency to do that as well. Okay, so I already know I'm going to Afrotech in Houston at the end of October. I work for Blavity if you don't already know, and if you want to grab your tickets, you better go ahead and do that. Afrotech.com. Anywho, yes, I work for Blavity. I am going to be covering Afrotech for the entire week. So I'm going to take that into consideration for the month of October. Does that mean that I'm just going to wow out and do the absolute most for that month for that week that I'm in Houston? No, but I'm not going to be uber strict with myself, and I will allocate for that in advance. So the weeks prior in October, I'm probably going to be hella strict, because I know once I get to Houston, I'm not counting no calories and counting my coins and doing the most. I'm working. Okay. I deserve a drink. I deserve a French fry. I don't live here. I'm never going to get this Houston food again. Does that make sense? You're being kind to yourself. You're having grace for yourself. You're showing yourself grace, and you're being practical. Sustainability is the main key, the main thing at play. You're going to be on this journey for about 4 months. So keep it cute and be real with yourself. And once you do this, baby, you're going to be green. You're going to be good to go. And with that, those are the 3 things that you need to do in order to jumpstart your great lock-in and for it to be successful. I look forward to going to a cute little coffee shop. And that could even be a reward now that I think about it. Me like going to a new coffee shop. My brain's going because I'm excited. I'm really excited to sit down and flesh these things out. Like, I'm also going to be doing it with my boyfriend. I suggest doing it with a friend. I didn't put this in the list because, like, this is about you for real. But if you have a friend or an accountability partner or a significant other, someone that is willing to get on this journey with you, I highly suggest letting them know, sitting down, watching this video, and answering these questions for yourselves. Like, go to a cute coffee shop, or maybe go to a happy hour and flesh these things out in the notes app on your phone, or write them down at a coffee shop. I think this is a phenomenal thing to do. And let me tell you, if you do not have a person that is willing to do that with you, you do. And that person is me. Okay? We are doing this together. I am so excited to go to my little coffee shop and sit down and write these things out and really flesh them out, make it real, and just get excited to have new goals to work toward. Like, that's just such a that's like such a staple of this channel, and it's something that I really, really enjoy, is setting goals and achieving them. So I want to thank you again for watching this far, watching to the end. I hope that it has motivated you and inspired you to have a great lock in, to get into it, to make things shake, and to bounce back and reset for the fall, because there is a lot that can be done in 4 months, and I believe that you have the capability to make that happen for yourself. I know for a fact that you do, and I want to do it together. So if you haven't already, please do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you do not miss the next drop. We are on this journey together, so that means you got to stick around, sister, brother, friend. Let me know in the comments what it is that you're going to be working on for the next 4 months as we near 2026, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you again. Bye.
I guess you wonder where I've been. I search to find the love within. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let